This episode is brought to you by 1010. 1010 is an exclusive collection of 10 one-of-a-kind engagement rings, designed by 10 of the most distinctive designers working today. Using only diamonds responsibly and sustainably sourced from Botswana, 10 design masters have each produced a uniquely beautiful diamond ring, launching exclusively on January 18th at BlueNile.com. This exciting limited edition collection of diamond engagement rings launches on January 18th, and you can preview it exclusively at BlueNile.com. This is Optimal Relationships Daily, episode 873, 3 Difficult Things About Being a Single Introvert Looking for Love, by Cati Vanden Breul of introvertdear.com. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to ORD. I am your host, Greg Audino, and this is the podcast where I narrate relationship content to you each weekday. Today, we'll be featuring a post from one of the biggest and most supportive blogs around, Introvert Dear. Author Cati Vanden Breul reflects on the challenges of dating as a single introvert. I think you'll leave this one with some new ideas and might just have enough time to score yourself a good date before Valentine's Day. So let's jump right in, hear what she has to say, and optimize your life. 3 Difficult Things About Being a Single Introvert Looking for Love, by Cati Vanden Breul of introvertdear.com. I may as well admit this from the start. In addition to being an introvert who absolutely adores her alone time, I'm also quite the hopeless romantic. This combination of attributes sets my head and heart up for some intense emotional gymnastics, especially in today's dating world. I've been single for a while now, in part because it took me some time to move on from my last relationship, and in part because I feel so at odds with the dating scene. I guess I fall firmly in that I just haven't met the right person boat. I do believe our experiences unfold as they're meant to, and people enter our lives when the timing is right. But sometimes I wish there was a jumpstart button I could use to contact the universe. As I feel progressively more open to exploring the possibility of a relationship again, I'm struggling to put myself out there. Here are 3 struggles I've encountered as a single, sort of looking introvert in this modern age of dating. Struggles of a single introvert. Number 1. I don't want to join Tinder. At all. Let me preface by saying I am not necessarily opposed to online dating. For many, it's a convenient and fun way to seek out connections of all kinds. Admittedly, there are Tinder success stories for introverts and extroverts alike, but the whole swiping craze leaves me cynically amused at best and disheartened at worst. As a huge proponent of organic experiences, and more of a dreamer than a pragmatist, part of me is holding out for that cliched romantic moment when a random conversation struck up in a cafe or while waiting in line to buy bus tickets in a foreign country leads to a budding romance. Or maybe someone sees me sitting alone somewhere, as I'm often doing, feels compelled to talk to me, and we just never stop. This is probably my wistful side getting carried away, but I have to give that part of myself space to dream. My struggle isn't so much that I need the grand romantic story. I'd be happy with an ordinary tale and an authentic partnership built over time. It's more that society seems to have given up on the whole idea. It's like everyone's heaved a collective sigh and decided that this is just how we meet people now. I know online dating is supposed to be fun and not something that needs to be taken so seriously, but as it becomes so normalized, with the lure of unlimited options just a swipe away, it's hard to imagine finding what I'm looking for. Not to mention the idea of filtering potential partners based on a photo and a few curated messages, followed by meeting a string of strangers for dates, sounds unfulfilling and more than a little terrifying for this introvert. Number 2. I'm not really into casual. I'm an all-or-nothing person. I either like someone and want to spend a lot of time with them right off the bat, or I don't feel a connection at all, and that's that. There's not a whole lot of gray area. It's an intuitive sensation one way or the other, and it often activates my introvert fight-or-flight mode. When I feel comfortable with someone, I sort of wake up, and a sense of curiosity and interest overtakes me. On the other hand, if I don't feel comfortable, the whole thing seems flat, and I get uneasy fairly quickly. At this point, I experience an urge to retreat. I've never done well with dating just for fun, because I tend to be too focused on meaning. The idea of casually dating a lot of people at once until one sticks is just not me. I find it rare enough for timing and circumstance to align, as well as a mutual interest to develop. Once it does, I'm sold. There's a lot of talk about not appearing too eager and keeping your options open. We're told not to take things too seriously until someone comes along that makes us want to get serious. Lots of supposed rules and ways to play. But I'm not really interested in playing in that sense. If I'm in it at all, I'm in all the way. Number 3. I'm really good at being alone. As much as I crave connection and intimacy, I'm typically most comfortable when I'm by myself. This has its advantages and disadvantages, and I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. But it does leave me feeling incredibly vulnerable when an intriguing person enters the scene. When someone strikes my fancy, or I strike theirs, it's almost like I don't know how to handle the influx of sudden incoming and outgoing attention. I immediately get caught up in what it means and start imagining every possible scenario of what could come from our connection if it develops further, or how I'll be affected if it doesn't. This can lead me to do one of two things. I either push through the noise in my head and show my interest, or I get overwhelmed, start overanalyzing, and retreat into my introvert cocoon because it's easier. Sometimes I do both, which I know can be confusing and unfair to the other person involved. Looking back, it's fair to say I've missed out on relationships with people who might have been good for me because I shut them out before things could get started. It's something I'm working on, but it's an aspect of my personality that's tough to overcome. As an introvert, I often need a gentle nudge or push to leave the coziness of my self-sustaining world. Much of my experience is filtered through my own tinted reflection, not spoken aloud or shared. But I want to share, to listen, and to learn. Dating can be a dance of give and take, and there's no way around it. You have to get out of your comfort zone. Knowing what you want is one thing, but opening yourself up to it presents a whole different challenge. Moving forward, I'll try to do my part, scary as it may be. You just listened to the post titled, 3 Difficult Things About Being a Single Introvert Looking for Love by Cati Vanden Breul of introvertdear.com. This episode is brought to you by Apostrophe, a prescription skincare company for people that are ready to take their acne seriously. Just fill out Apostrophe's quick online questionnaire about your skin concerns and medical history, snap a few selfies, and the dermatologist that Apostrophe pairs you with will respond with a customized treatment plan. Apostrophe even offers topical and oral medications, so you can treat your acne from the inside out and the outside in. I find the one-on-one kind of experience and individual attention really go a long way for me. It's just easy to feel confident with Apostrophe, unlike going to the pharmacy, picking something out off the shelf with no guidance and hoping it works. So to get started, just go to apostrophe.com/ORD and click Begin Visit, then use the code ORD at sign up and you'll get $15 off your dermatology visit. That's apostrophe.com/ORD and use that code ORD to get your dermatology visit for $15 off. And we thank Apostrophe for sponsoring the podcast. Big thanks to Cati for a really terrific article. I think she shows a lot of grace here in how she's open and content with the fact that she's probably missed out on some good matches due to the challenges she's experiencing in navigating the dating world. This is someone who is taking ownership and working on herself rather than kicking herself. And it's this type of commitment to dating on one's own terms that will set her up with a lot of fulfillment, with or without a romantic partner. Certainly you can meet the right person anywhere, and you need to take action if you want to up those chances. But the process is likely more serene, and you make yourself more apt to meeting a like-minded person if you approach dating in a way that does reflect your values as she does. To the introvert struggling out there to find dates, use this article as juice to keep taking ownership of who you are, and combine that with your approach to dating. Maybe Tinder will be unappealing, but spending time at a library or something like Cati mentioned will get you out of the house, yet still put you in a place where you're able to support who you are, unlike going to a rave or something that might be a bit more extreme. There are always ways to balance introversion with dating, and I think Cati is really leading the way here. So thank you so much for being here today, everyone. We are all done for now. Tomorrow is Thursday, so I'll be coming to you with some parenting content for the next few episodes before the weekend. Whether you're a parent, not a parent, or just like learning about relationships in general, you won't want to miss out. So I hope to see you all there, where your optimal life awaits.